You are now listening to ForAllNerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. ForAllNerds is hosted by DJ Ben Amin and Tatiana Keene-Jones. ForAllNerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
ForAllNerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/ForAllNerds.
Welcome to the Fan Bros, the show where the bros are fans. Doodle.
And what's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the ForAllNerds Show. The voice of the urban geek, the podcast where we discuss geek culture from the perspective of people of color. And as always, sitting in the captain's chair, it's your boy, DJ Ben Amin, a.k.a. Arsenio Holodeck. Keep that same energy on when you see me, the anti-trife equation, Wakanda's favorite DJ, Meek Millhouse, Charlie Brownish, Black Goliath, YOLO Baggins, here in the spaceship tonight, Off-White Panther.
So mad still. I
know you are. That's why I had to bring it back one time. And sitting in the captain's chair, mad as hell, is
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Flex Luthor, Ned Slanders, Gucci Mane DeLorean, Lord of Lightsabers, and the Ting of the North.
Ned Slanders is real recent, right? And it's still so great.
Yeah.
It's like, why did we never think of that before?
I feel like maybe it had been said maybe a few years back and it just fell off the radar, but
yeah, it's too good.
Yeah.
It's even better than Bernie Slanders. Just turning Ned into a slanderer. Just such a it's like, he'd be so great if he was like out there dropping shade on people.
Facts.
Oh man.
Facts. So how you been, man? How you doing? How's your weekend been?
Oh, how has it been? How's my week? How's life? How's everything going? It's been alright. You know what I mean? Like,
I know people. I mentioned before that I got my first shot of the COVID vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a Moderna mommy in a couple of weeks when I get my second shot. How do you feel? I know we had a conversation with Dr. Obunu during our Straight Vax episode. You're still kind of on the fence.
Still kind of on the fence. Like,
okay.
I'm not adverse to it as I was, but at the current time, I'm actually really contemplating it because I got an upcoming trip I'd like to take. Well, I'm going to take. And I've actually, I traveled recently because my father, he got vaccinated.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I finally got to go home and see my niece's little nephew. So, my niece's son. So that was very nice. And even then, but, we were still masked up for the most part when I was around him, especially, and all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm still just on the fence, man. I can't lie. I just, it's just, I've had adverse reactions to vaccines before, like we talked about on the show. And I just, I'm just a little wary. But at the same time, I feel like COVID is such a serious thing that it's, I'm weighing all my options. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, you and everyone else who are still on the fence can always listen to that episode, Straight Vax, featuring Dr. Professor Brandon Obunu, where we try to dispel a lot of the myths and answer questions that people had about the vaccine. But I just wanted to bring that up because if you have the ability to, please go get this. Just go get your vaccine, y'all. Like, let's try to get it together. If you have questions, do your research, listen, get some more information, and make sure you're getting it from reputable sources. Please, reputable sources. And then you can make your decision from there.
Yes, definitely. I feel like the only problem, not only problem, but just one of the problems is like America is once again trying to rush to a drug to fix its issues instead of like fixing its issues. And I see other countries that didn't need vaccinations because they fix their issues, and that just bugs me that we're like, okay.
But it's like we have no choice though. We never the root of the issue was bungled. Like it was taken care of or not even taken care of whatsoever.
Yeah.
We're not New Zealand where we got at it the way we were supposed to get. What they got at it the way they were supposed to get at it. So we don't have that luxury. We have to now rely, like you said, on the Band-Aids and all this other stuff to make it work for us. So
yeah, all right. So we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, I'm definitely looking into it. I have to work soon, and that's going to be a whole nother issue. So we will see. So yeah, that's why I've been a little, things have been a little stressful over here. But we did want to say thank you to everyone. There's a lot of new people out here who are just like, yo, what the are they talking about vaccines for right now? Where's that nerd-ish that we were looking for? And we want to say thank you to all our new listeners, all the new viewers, everyone who's here because of our podcast views from the 616. That's views from 616 on Twitters and the Instagrams. Actually going to have a fire logo coming your way very soon. People have been waiting on this logo, waiting on the merch. It's coming your way. I mean, we already got the WandaVision merch up on, tpublic.com/store/ForAllNerds. That's tpublic.com/store/ForAllNerds. You can get all kind of merch there, from ForAllNerds to Safe Negro Pod. You like that? To views from the 616. All that merch is available over there. And just thank you all, yo. It's been a lot of fantastic support, and I'm just so overwhelmed and so happy that people have been loving it. And please, just as a request, keep spreading the word, y'all, because people are always like, yo, I know y'all are like one of the top joints out there. I know y'all are killing it. I know y'all numbers must be through the roof. And yeah.
I mean, we are killing it. However, the numbers and all that other stuff have to reflect that. So that's why it's so important that everyone subscribe, that everyone share, that even if you can't support financially, that's okay. You support by talking to other people about us, putting them on, having them, as I mentioned, share the show, share our posts. Just interact with us, do everything you can, and also putting our name out there. Like if you see some company or somebody looking for people like us, throw our names in the hat. If you can actually open some doors for us, do that, because we still very, very much need your support.
And on that same note, if you are someone who could help us get to this next level, we're actually looking for someone. I'm not sure how to describe this. We already have a social media manager, so not really that, but we're looking for someone who can help us open these doors and get us to this next level. Marketing exec,
PR manager. Person. It's two different things, but within those lanes.
Yes, within those lanes. So if you are one of those people, hit us up, contact@forallnerds.com, because honestly, I mean, thank you all for the love for, our reviews of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've been carrying on from WandaVision. And I just sincerely feel that not many people out there can fuck with us. You know what I mean? Like,
they can't.
I watch a lot of people.
This is not being humble. This is facts.
Yes. Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I watch a lot of the breakdown. Shout out to Screen Crush. Shout out to New Rockstar. Shout out to the Canadian Lad. That's my dog. I really mess with the Canadian Lad. Yo, dude is dope. But even in all of theirs, I feel like most of them are just so centered on the Easter eggs, on the comic books, on the history of these properties, where they don't get into the things that we're touching on in these shows. And they're just not, I mean, they can be entertaining, but they ain't us. You know what I mean? We mad funny, we all this stuff, plus you're getting all this education. You know what I mean? So,
and you're getting lots of melanin. So I think that's an outlier.
That's another thing. That's another thing that is missing from all the people I just named. New Rockstars does have some melanin people, but their main dude is not melanated at all. That's
both your main people here are.
Yes, both of your main people here are very melanated persuasion, and we are dropping the knowledge, the fun, the entertainment, the themes, what these shows are more talking about on deeper levels. And I feel like a lot of people are just either missing that when it comes to Falcon and Winter Soldier, willfully ignoring it in some cases.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, so like Benjamin said, we are looking for more people to help the team. Thank you to, if you're already typing your email right now, thank you. We'll be in touch very soon. But seriously, we need all the support we can get, but we also just appreciate everything everyone has done thus far.
Man, and yeah, like we said, thank you to all the new viewers, all the new listeners. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribed on all those various platforms. SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify. If you're on iTunes, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and a review. It really helps us every time y'all do that. the big one, twitch.tv/ForAllNerds, where every Monday, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch our shows. Monday, you get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier review. And Thursday, you get the main show that you're listening to or watching right now as we speak. That's twitch.tv/ForAllNerds, Monday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Big facts. So, Ben, there is a trailer that came out a few days ago.
Yeah, and it's something we got to talk about because we are now, this Friday will be the 3rd episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so we only got 3 more after that.
Right. It feels different from WandaVision, right?
Yeah, it feels different. This shit going by. And
shit going by real fast.
Real quick. And so after that on Disney Plus, we have May 4th, for May the 4th be with you, will be the first episode of The Bad Batch.
Yes.
Are we going to continue covering this? We're going to have to start up our Star Wars pod at some point.
I mean, that would have to be a separate Star Wars, right? Because Views is a 616. Views of the 616 is an MCU pod. So.
Yes. But we're going to have to start up that Star Wars pod. Because we're
going to need the assistance, though. Honestly, we can get someone in here on the team to help propel us forward and give us the things that we need, put us in the position we need to be in, then we can guarantee a Star Wars pod.
Yes.
But another pod, that's a lot more work and that's a lot more time and effort. And it's not that we don't want to do it, it's that we have to make sure we have the resources to offset everything we got to put into it. So
facts, because I definitely would like a bit of a vacation.
It would be nice. But in the meantime, we did watch the trailer.
Yes, we did. The Bad Batch trailer is out there. For those that know, the Bad Batch are a group of clones who appeared in the last season of Clone Wars, the final season, and they're like the rejects. They're kind of offset. They ain't the regular clones.
Okay.
And so this is...
You said the offsets, like they're the off-brand. They're the great value brand.
I mean, not the great value, but the ones that are like, different size. Like when you get, they the regulars.
Okay. They the Cheeto, the cheese doodle with too much cheese on it.
There we go. Yeah, too much cheese. Not the ones with not
enough.
They're
the misshapen, or what we saw earlier, last week, the shrimp inside of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch box.
Oh yeah. Less said about that dude, the better though. Yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah. Stop putting white men on pedals for doing nothing. All right, let's it never pays off when you do.
Ooh.
For doing absolutely nothing.
Big milkshake duck. But moving on.
Big milkshake duck. Yeah. So anyway, Bad Batch is about these clones who are not the regular clones, not the ones we've seen in Clone Wars. They were in a 2 or 3 episode arc in the last final season. It was incredible. I fell in love with them instantly. I had the J. Jonah meme right away. I need Bad Batch action figures. Bring them to me. And now that we got a show, I will probably get my Bad Batch action figures. So I'm hyped.
You should. You got to add it to that incredible, massive collection you have behind you. And that you would be seeing right now if you were on twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. You would see all the nerddom goodness behind him. Mine's is looking a little bit sparse, but I do have Basset here. So I have some more Egyptian gods coming on the way.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, but yes, the trailer, I loved it. Again, like you said, just part of a continuation and part of the story of the Clone Wars, so it has that same animation style. You pointed to your stuff. I see you. Oh, and you got the Cosmic Cube glowing back there. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but it looks good. It looks good. I definitely would watch it. Would you say now, as someone who's seen the whole Clone Wars saga, should I watch Clone Wars first before I watch Bad Batch, or?
I think you'll be able to get away without having seen all Clone Wars because, like I say, they show up in the end, and as long as you know the general storyline.
I've never finished Clone Wars. Like I've seen it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
No, and while I will say, like I watched that last year during the pandemic, and I was the one, as much a Star Wars fan as I am, I was really reluctant to watch it. And as y'all see, I am now rocking a motherfucking Ahsoka Tano shirt.
Yeah. You stan Ahsoka. You stan her so hard.
How can you not? Like, if you watch all the Clone Wars and all the Rebels, to me, it's impossible to not be a stan of Ahsoka because her arcs and her storylines in those 2 series are just some of the best storytelling, some of the best Star Wars that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. So that, like I say, I've got like 10 episodes left of Rebels. Because I saved the last season. I'm waiting until we finish up Winter Soldier, and I got that 2-week break and leading into Bad Batch. So I'm gonna, finish up Rebels and then go right into Bad Batch.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, might do some live tweeting or something because I know I'm gonna be crying on that last season of Rebels.
I have a feeling that when I start watching Bad Batch, that I'm going to just go back.
It's
to
trying to make you
Clone
go
Wars
back.
anyway,
I feel you
because I'm going to want to fill in the blanks and really get more context.
And that last season of Clone Wars, oh my god!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
Them last 4 episodes of Clone Wars are just some of the most incredible shit. Like I watched those last 4 like several times, and then like I got to the point in Rebels when Obi-Wan and Maul meet up again, and it's just one of the moments like. If you don't know about it, like, because I didn't know. And then I saw it and I'm just like, oh, wow.
Wow.
All the memes of like, the shock looking down. Like that was me watching
like the
that.
lady from Divorce Court or whatever, where she's just like, oh my God. Yeah, I can shoot.
I was like, oh shit. Like they went there and they did. Yeah.
Right.
And that's no spoilers, but yeah.
Well, did you have that same reaction after watching the first episode of Invincible?
Lord have mercy.
Because that also dropped. And so just real quickly, Invincible is just dropped on Amazon Video or Amazon Prime Video, whatever you want to call it. But it is an animated superhero TV series based on a comic book by the same name. And the character itself by the same name, written by Robert Kirkman, everyone's favorite Walking Dead man. And first of all, that the cover is really sick. Who's the
shout out to the brother? I mean, he ain't a brother, but Ryan Otley, who Corey Walker. Corey Walker's the original artist on Invincible, but he only did the first 12 issues, and then Ryan Otley took over, and Ryan became one of my favorite comic book artists of all time during this run.
That art is incredible. And like for me, when it comes to comics and graphic novels, that art got to draw me in. But yeah, so. This comic book turned TV animation dropped and has been shocking the hell out of damn near all the internet right now. Amazon is having a good track record, it seems, for superhero themed shows that have that's a little bit spicy, to say the least. And this was no different from that. It took me off guard, but in a great way. I've never read the book. Benjamin thought I did, but I've never read the book. He clearly has it there. No. So I didn't know what to expect. And I actually liked that I didn't know what to expect. So I went in completely cold. And for me, I think that's one of the best ways to go into this shit.
You got to, especially with that ending.
So I mean, should we? I mean, it's been
no spoilers, but
we are not doing spoilers.
No, because I feel like that's such a big moment of the whole series. That's like because it's really all right. The thing is, the ending of the first episode is one of the biggest twists in the book, and for those who've read it,
so it don't even come like right away. It comes after in the book.
No, it comes within the. Kirkman once said he wanted it to be in issue 12, and people were like, "You might get canceled by then, so you got to put it in issue 6." So it happens in issue 6.
I see.
But it's pretty much about the same amount of time is given to everything that leads up to that. So it's still the same amount of like, okay, you get this intro and stuff, and then I flip you, and
they flipped the fuck out of us, okay? and I, also just for people who are wondering about what the premise is of Invincible,
you can tell them this,
It's about a teenager named Mark Grayson, and generally he's normal except for the fact that his dad is the most powerful superhero on Earth. Yep. He's basically analogous to Superman, like loosely based on Superman. And really a lot of the characters, especially in that first episode that you see, are analogous to other superhero characters you may see. Like there's one that to me looked like Martian Manhunter.
It's the whole Justice League.
Basically the whole Justice League / also some Marvel thrown in there for good measure. But it's basically all the Justice League. So, people who like should damn near have godlike powers. But anyway, so this is the world that they're living in. Superheroes are normal, yada, yada. Then a little after his 17th birthday, Mark, the son, he starts to develop his powers, right? Being the son of a superhero, generally they develop powers. He begins to develop the powers, and his father starts training him. Like, okay, well, this is the path you're going to go down. After that, everything is fucking up in the air in terms of what the fuck happens, because all of the things that I thought was going to happen, because I was like, oh, this is going to be tropey, actually didn't. It was the reverse.
Nope.
Which was actually very, refreshing. But then the end, like you said, the end really fucked me up. That said, we're not going to tell you what happens. It's just, I will say I'm giving it a thumbs up and to go watch it. Yes, it's violent. Just putting that out there. So if you are not into the violence, I am. But if you're not into that, then I don't know, girl. Take a smoke. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't want you to miss this just because you're a little nervous about the violence. But I just wanted to put that out there, just maybe as a trigger warning. That said, I wanted to talk about the voice cast real quick. The son, Mark, the main character, he's voiced by Steven Yeun, who is my fave. Again, Walking Dead alum.
He got nominated for like an Oscar or something right now,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes,
he's doing big things right now for some role he got.
Big things. Yeah. Shout out to Sandra Oh from Grey's Anatomy fame. She
Killing Eve.
Killing Eve. She plays the voice, or she voices his mom, Debbie Grayson.
Yep.
And then of course the God himself, J.K. Simmons. He plays the dad, Nolan Grayson, aka Omni-Man. And
Zazie Beetz plays one of Mark Grayson's.
Oh, she's in this too. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Zazie Beetz. I guess she doesn't really appear in the first episode. No. She plays one of Mark's potential love interests, Amber. Some people have commented that the animators did. Well, one person actually hit me and was like, they really weren't feeling how they did her hair because she's a black woman, obviously, and they weren't feeling it.
Well, the animation style was, to me, reminding me of, but further along. But it reminded me of Mike Tyson's Mystery type style. But
better than that though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But just in terms of, and I don't know how to express this. Just, it's not straight up comic book style. It's more like, I don't know how to, but think that, but a little bit more advanced, like you're going towards Boondocks like level, like
yes, yeah.
So it's somewhere in between that. I think that's the best way I can express it. But it
reminded me of even though I never watched it to see how good animation was, but it looked like Captain Planet and the Planeteers, like the kids especially.
Oh, the facial.
Yeah, look like Planeteers. Yeah,
okay, yeah. I can see that. Like because they're more detailed in facial structure. The point that we're making is that it's more Americanized. It's not like anime style or anything, but it's advanced as well.
Yes, yes.
So, but the point is, it looks good. At the end of the day, it looks good. And it's the. Again, it at first I was getting like tropey tease. I was like, here we go. And then it just completely flipped it for me. Like almost right away, I was like, okay, this is something different. And it is absolutely worth the watch. Right now I'm looking, it says it's only one season right now rather, but it's only 3 episodes. And is each episode like 45 minutes? I know yes. Each episode is 42 to 48 minutes. I know the first episode was about 45 minutes.
And every episode will drop Friday. Shout out to Walton Goggins, who's playing Cecil, because I love Walton. I mean, the cast is just amazing in general. Like Mark Hamill plays the character, Art Rosenbaum, Seth Rogen is Alan the Alien. They've got a lot of people. Jason Mantzoukas, who was on The Good Place, plays Rhett Splode, and he is killing it as Rex.
Sonequa Martin Green is also in this.
Oh, word? Who's she?
She plays Green Ghost.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, well. Oh, Mahershala Ali is playing Titan. Mm-hmm. He's in the first episode.
So wait, this is interesting. They said the original lineup of like you said, like the Justice League clones, they're all voiced by former cast members of The Walking Dead.
Ah, okay. I think I've seen somebody else mention that. Yeah, John Hamm. I mean, it's just got a lot of dope people. And like I said, I really love even the shorty who is playing Adam Eve. I was not expecting that to be her voice, but it's grown on me a lot.
Yeah.
It's dope, yo. Like I say, okay. Yeah.
And I've only seen the first episode. So Ben might have gotten further along.
I've seen the first 3. Full disclosure, like you see behind me, I've got, all the Invincible books. I've been trying to get Robert Kirkman on the show for years. Invincible is just one of my favorite comic books of all time. Like even more so than The Walking Dead, it made me a fan of Kirkman. And Ryan Otley, like I said, became one of my favorite artists of all time on Invincible, And so it's ill for me to see this series on now because it's something that I've loved for so long and I've been hoping for a movie or a series. And I think the animation series is the best way to do this. Like you said, not only is it violent, the comic itself is violent, but it's also just very adult. Like you go through Mark's basically whole life with him through the series of the comic. So he goes through real things, like he grows, he has children, he goes through all kind of stuff that real life people can grow with. And I think that's why I love the book, because I was reading it, I was growing and becoming a man and going through more different things in life. And so it was something that just went along with me.
Right. Now they dropped the first 3 episodes, but I see it's like up to 8 episodes. How are they going to just do one
a week, as far as I know?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They
they dropped the crack in the middle of the street, get you hooked, and then string you along with the fish line. Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna do it because, like I say, the book is great. It runs for it was 25 trades total, and then it finished. So there's 25 trades. If you want to start on it, it has an ending. It's a great ending. It was just a great book, pretty much from beginning to end to me. And that's the thing, like the big twist that happens at the end of the first episode is really indicative of how the comic and probably how the show will go. Like every 6 issues or so of the book, the status quo is complete. Not even that. The status quo is just completely flipped over.
Gotcha.
I mean, completely. Like it'll just be like a different book. It definitely every 6 and once a year, really. It's just a completely different book than what we were reading the year before.
Right. I mean, and I'm still looking at the voice cast again, and you probably already said
so many.
But Kevin Michael Richardson, the God, the voice acting God, is in it. It's Mark Hamill, Seth Rogen. I mean, he's actually one of the executive producers as well. So.
He's been with it since they've been trying to make a movie version of it. He's still trying to make a movie version of it as well.
Well, listen, they could, especially if this gains steam, like I think it will. They definitely can. But beyond the voice acting, I just want to also. Just towards what you're saying in terms of the adult nature of it, like I enjoyed it because it just gives you more of that. How do you say this? It's humanistic factor, even though it's an animation. Like it still gives you that factor of someone who is growing up, like as a human being at least, or at least half a human being that now has powers and what they have to go through, and like really what a teenager would go through, a real life American teenager anyway, would be going through, how they be living their life. And then how their life changes with the onset of powers and how that affects their relationships with the people around them, whether right in their household, friends, so on and so forth. So I really liked that approach. I'm
looking at some of this cast and holy shit.
Yeah, the cast is,
And beyond that, there's some people, don't look up the cast, folks. I'll just say that. Especially if you ever read it, because there's some serious spoilers in there. And like, if these people are all for season 1, this shit is going to move because they've got stuff that happens. And I saw that because even in the first 3 episodes, like there's things that happened in those first 3 that took a lot longer in the comic books. So they are going to get to some of the more like ill stuff probably in the first season. Wow, I can't. Ooh,
I'm
this shit gonna be lit.
The funny thing is, I watched it really quick before we recorded, and my sister was sitting with me, and she got deep into it.
Oh no!
And when I turned it off, I said, "Okay, I gotta go record." She said, "You can't watch the next episode without me."
Wow! And she's never, and obviously does none of this.
She's not necessarily a superhero person at all. Like that's not like animation. That's not necessarily her thing. But she was completely hooked into it, and she was just like, "So we got to watch this together now, right?" And I'm like, "Damn, yes, I know." So that if that's any indication, like you don't even have to be a fan of this or really deeply into this genre to potentially be interested to watch.
Yeah, I think that's what's one of the things that's so brilliant about it, is especially now because we're in this age where everyone knows, like they know the Justice League, they know the X-Men, they know the Avengers. So you can play with these tropes and you don't have to sit there and waste a lot of time explaining, okay, these are like the Justice League. When people see it, they're like, oh, okay, I get it. This is like, I know these characters. So then you can just keep rolling. Like you said, he is straight up like a Superman, clone pastiche. Like he's from Omni-Man's from a planet called Viltrum. He's a Viltrumite instead of a Kryptonite. Yeah. He's got a wife who's like the Lois Lane, and they're raising a son, and so you get it right away.
Like it's like it gives you, like you say, it sets the tone for you, sets the table, and it's also in a weird way realistic, even though fantastical things are happening.
Oh, it's horribly realistic. Yeah.
It's horribly realistic. Also, in terms of realism, thank you to the casting of making sure that his wife and the son are played by Asian actors, or voiced by Asian actors, rather. So.
Yeah, because in the book,
they're Asian characters, at least in the show.
In the show, they are, and in the book, but I was never. It was like Debbie is never 100% portrayed to me as Asian, so I was never completely sure of that. And so for them to lean in all the way and have Debbie and Mark both be Asian, I love that. I love that Amber is now being played and portrayed as a black girl because Amber in the book is white. The book is pretty very white. It's Kurtman. The man's a white boy from Kansas. Like, it is what it is.
He could write though.
He can fucking write.
He can write. Like, we get props and props too. He can write his ass.
That man can write his ass off. God damn it, boy. Because, like, you talk about a starter from the bottom, now we hear story. Like I told you, he thought Invincible. No, I remember reading in the letters pages of that and Walking Dead, where he'd be like, yo, thank y'all for buying my book. I thought we was going to get canceled, but we're going to make it another month. It was like that for both of those books.
Oh, Struggle Town for a little
Struggle
bit.
Town. And then it was like, and then I remember when in the letters page, he'd be like, oh, Walking Dead, we good now. You know, it's not going to get canceled. And then it was like, oh, we're working on this AMC deal. Oh, we got an AMC pilot.
The Empire.
Yeah, and now...
and now you can't get away from The Walking Dead.
Or this man can't get away from the money.
He breathes and money pops out. Or he breathes and a Walking Dead series pops out. Like, it's just automatic now. So
where the money reside, boys. Robert Kirkman's life story.
Yo. Well, anyway, yes, we are recommending that you watch Invincible. Definitely, if you are interested in learning more about Star Wars, particularly the Clone Wars saga, definitely check out Bad Batch. We'll be talking about that.
Mm-hmm. And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more from the For All Nerds Show.
Hi, I'm Professor Brandon Obunu, a scientist who studies genetics and epidemics, and when I'm not doing long division, I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey yo, this is Danny Lore, and this is Vida Ayala, and we are Twin Speaks. And when we are not writing Ironheart or James Bond, we are listening to For All Nerds.
Hi, my name's Genevieve King, and I play Jackie Veda on Netflix's Lock and Key. When I'm not cooking up new recipes in my kitchen, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey everybody, this is Peter Ramsey. I am the director of Rise of the Guardians and one of the directors of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I like to listen to For All Nerds with Tatiana and the great Benjamin.
Hey, this is Hiro Kanagawa, actor and playwright, and you are listening to For All Nerds all the way.
Hi, this is Lexi Alexander, and I'm a filmmaker and a writer, and when I'm not playing with my vintage toys and feeding myself and my dog, then I'm listening to For All Nerds.
Hey, what's up? This is Ato Asado, and when I'm not on television and movie sets, I am listening to For All Nerds.
And welcome back to this episode of the For All Nerds Show. Me and Tatiana were just talking about Invincible off the air because a lot of the things that we want to talk about, y'all just can't hear just in case you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, yo. Woo.
Yeah, but definitely go peep those first 3 episodes. We are not doing a separate podcast on this show as of yet. As once again, like we say, you know, even with that and Star Wars, I mean, especially right now, we're right in the middle of Views from the 616.
Yeah.
So it would just be really tough to, you know, cover both Invincible and the Marvel shows right now.
Yeah. Disney Plus and Amazon's competing with each other right now.
Yeah, we're only human, folks. Yeah. And so we got to choose one, and it's got to be the Marvel one right now. So,
facts.
But if you would like to hear more about Invincible, all these things, hit us up, patreon.com/forallnerds. Help support the mission any way you can. $1 a month for the price of a cup of coffee a day. You can help keep the For All Nerds going. We need the violin music playing right here. Yeah.
How they do the dog and the pound commercial? The Sarah McLachlan song?
Yeah. There we go.
You can pay for the meal of your favorite For All Nerds podcaster.
For All Nerds. I mean, patreon.com/forallnerds. You know, and if enough people over there request it, maybe we could do like a special, you know, 20 Patreon 10-20 minute Invincible show, because I'd love to do it, because I could talk about, like, look, I can talk about this damn book forever, y'all.
I'll do it for the Patreon. I'll do it for the Patreon fan for sure, okay? Because that's that you got some resources and you have a prize. You know, we're trying to put them all together. So,
and we're trying to help y'all out over at Patreon, because we know we don't do enough for y'all. You know, a lot of that is just for the love. And we love y'all over there, so thank you so much. Patreon.com/forallnerds. Once again, make sure you're following us on all these other platforms. Twitch.tv/forallnerds. go to your favorite SoundCloud, iTunes, whatever you find podcasts on. Hit follow, hit subscribe, leave a review. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family about it. You know, be a For All Nerds harbinger. Is that the word? Yeah.
Harbinger.
Close enough.
Every time I see the word harbinger, I just think harbinger of death. So I only think of bad things. So.
I always think of it from I learned it from comic books, and it was they would always in DC. There's a character named Harbinger, and they would when Crisis on Infinite Earths was coming, they was coming. So it was death because worlds were being destroyed. So they was here to tell you, it's going down basically. Yeah. It was always so useless to me, like this character who comes along to tell you this shit's about to get real. You know what I mean?
Like Silver Surfer, like. Well, he also kind of a scouter.
Specific.
He's a scouter, but he's also like, by the way, niggas, y'all about to die.
No, that's what I'm saying. But when he shows up, you know what's going down. It's over. But when Harbinger shows up, they're like, world's about to be destroyed. Not your world right now. You know what I mean? But like other worlds in the multiverse are dying, so y'all need to go help that out.
Oh man, okay.
I guess he's a little better because he's giving you a warning. He or she, because sometimes it's she, they. But whatever. I was always like...
Silver Surfer just tells you and then it happens like 2 seconds later.
It's like, Silver Surfer's pretty useless. By the time he gets there, like Galactus is on the way there. You know, he's like there like 5 minutes early. He's like the first guest of the party. You know, like,
5-minute head start.
Yeah, and Galactus is that dude who come in and shoot up the club. Like, oh, damn it. Here comes this. You know, whenever he show up, like, you know the party over.
Galactus is Debo.
Yes, yeah, you know to tuck your chain, tuck your earth, because the party's over, you know. That's my bite, punk. You want some of this, old man? No.
Oh, boy. But I do want some of this coming up.
Yes, one of my favorite segments, jam-packed to the gizzles today. The guac is extra. The Geekquently Asked Questions, where we answer any and all questions. I got questions for you. All you gotta do is hit us up, contact at ForAllNerds.com, or hit us on the Twitters and Instagram at ForAllNerds, and we will do our best to answer those questions. Shout out to Indie Idealists who sent in a question that we are not answering this week because we ain't mentioning them, people on this show. But thank you as always for your support, fam. Yeah, but no, them people get no burn in the ride.
Yeah.
So what do we have up first tonight from the ones that we can answer?
Yes, the first squawk question comes from Fairy Blurred Mother. There you go. Very nice name.
Yes.
Be a mother with M-U-V-A, okay? You got to do it with the C.
Mother.
The question goes, how do you think Isaiah Bradley will react to Sam taking on the shield, assuming that he does, given his personal experience? And also, just for those who are not aware, Isaiah Bradley is the name of one of the characters that was revealed in the latest Falcon and the War Machine episode.
Falcon and the War Machine?
Oh, God, I did it again, didn't I? Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Blackening it up.
I keep doing that.
Yep.
Because I don't say the Winter Soldier. Maybe because you know why? Because I never say the Winter Soldier. I'm just like Bucky. So every time I see I think War Machine.
But it's never been the War Machine either. You just like putting the black people together.
Maybe I do. So
Keep
anyway. So the rest of the question goes, the show Falcon and the Winter Soldier has been touching on systemic racism in America pretty blatantly. Do you think they will have Bucky acknowledge the racial aspects of Sam taking on the mantle, given the era he was raised in?
Those are two great questions.
Well, this is something I brought up in our last episode of Views, where I felt like Bucky missed that completely. Like that's literally what I said. I said Bucky grew up in that Jim Crow type style era, so wouldn't he see, like, not to say that he would just change up what he see, but wouldn't a red flag be raised? And it just seemed like it wasn't raised due to the way that he was behaving with the cops and behaving with Sam, talk about, just show the ID and all this other stuff. And even you, Ben, you were like, nah, he's a white man who, like you gave your explanation, but I just feel like I don't know if Bucky will ever acknowledge. Maybe he'll learn, but that's what you said, man. You were like, Bucky's still learning. He's just fresh out the oven, basically still trying to get it together. So I don't know if Bucky's there in terms of acknowledging yet. I don't even know if he realizes, like, does he truly realize? I feel like he should, but then again, I don't know.
It's like nobody talked to Bucky when he was in Wakanda. It's really weird, because like, okay, like you said, Bucky, like we talked about Bucky.
Life in Wakanda is different than life everywhere else.
But they could have been like, it ain't like this everywhere, fam. White Wolf, when you roll out of here, it ain't like this for the rest of the world for black people. But it's weird because, right, Bucky goes under the ice in the 1940s and spends the next 50, 60, 70 years murdering people and going back under the ice every time he's done murdering people. So he has no chance of growth. He probably don't know much about the world other than, the bodies that he's stacking up, right?
Yeah.
So then he comes out of it, and instead of doing like Steve, like you say with the Notebook, catching up on the last 70, 80 years, he just goes to try and figure out what, he can do. And also, remember, he gets dusted, loses another 5 years. This man has not had much time. He's pretty fresh out. But my thing is, Bucky would either be the type of dude, since we want to give Bucky the benefit of the doubt and he assume he's a good guy, he's either going to be willfully ignorant of racism in America, or he's going to be benefiting from it. And like I say, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So we'll just say he's willfully ignorant at this point.
I don't want to say willfully ignorant because that implies that he knows something's wrong and he's just choosing
Yes, he knows what's there. Yeah, dog. He grew up in the 1930s. He knows something's wrong. The world was ridiculously racist then, And he might be the type of dude where, like, it's gotten better for y'all, hey, which would make him even worse. So I don't want to throw Bucky down that hole. And I'm just trying to say that Bucky has not had time to realize the world has not gotten better, and is willfully ignorant and in denial, right. Stop it, Wanda.
Well, and the first part of the question, how do you think Isaiah Bradley will react to Sam taking on the shield, assuming Sam does? Right. Isaiah Bradley, he's just past that point. Like, he don't want to hear that shit no more.
Yeah.
Like, he's done with that shit. He's done fucking with y'all.
Yeah.
He's not... And I understand, like, he's tired. Like
30 years, you be tired
he's
too.
Over it. He's not with the shits. And you want to sit here and be like cute about it and be like, oh well, maybe he'll be really proud of Sam. But like,
no,
he told that nigga get out his house. So
yeah.
I don't know. Like, there would have to be a relationship built between Isaiah and Sam for there to even be a true reaction. Because right now, Sam is just another nigga on the street to Isaiah, regardless of who he is, regardless of what he may take up. Unless a relationship is built and there is actual emotion exchange there will be no reaction.
No. I think you said it best. Is he just another on the street? And beyond that, he's not like you done. Like, he don't care. He knows what America is. America has shown him and shown every other black person what it's about. And Isaiah's had a firsthand experience of what it's really about. So he's not gonna care. He probably gonna be disgusted. Like, word, dog. You gonna put that shit on after everything I went through?
Right. After everything they did to me and what those.
Yeah.
What that
all right. And then it'll be a 5-second distrust. Like, word. That's exactly what I expect from you, Negro. Keep it moving. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Okay. So next question. Next question comes from Childress J, aka Winter Soldier Slim. All right,
I like
it.
But recipes of Soldier Slim. It's just weird. People use names like that. Yeah,
well, that's a solid one. So the question goes: now that episode 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier has introduced government testing on black soldiers, do you think this could be a way to introduce Luke Cage into the MCU proper? Well, you know what? No, yes and no. Just because, even though Netflix is okay, here's what's the weird part about it. The Netflix Marvel stuff was what do they call it? An offshoot of a river, a tributary. It's like a tributary of the main MCU river, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there were things directly in the Netflix shows that were connected to the movie, so they're already part of MCU proper.
Yeah.
The only difference is the house in which it lived under. So, and right now, and I feel like they're going to absorb a lot of that back into the main flow, the main river, if you will. So, for me, I just think Luke Cage and was what I'm thinking, Daredevil and Jessica Jones, they are already part of the MCU proper. It's just that they're in their own side street, tributary, whatever you want to call it.
I'll be 100% honest with y'all. As a fan of, like, I grew up on Power Man and Iron Fist. That was one of my favorite comics back in the day. I was never hyped for Luke Cage as a series. Shout out to, our boy Cheo. They did a great job with it. I thought it was much better than I expected it to be. I would have loved to see a third season because I thought the ending of the second season was so dope.
Sorry, I started laughing. I just thought about the dab. So
yeah, I mean the dab was, but what the dab led to was so ill. That second season was ill.
Yeah, it was.
The dab was part of it because it was showing his hubris and it was showing his ego at the time. So it was so dope. If you got through how goofy it looked,
corniness, but okay.
And that was part of it. It was showing all that, and that's what I mean. But people just took it at face value. So yes, I'd like to see, but there's other brown characters and black characters that I'm much more hyped to see than Luke Cage, fam. Luke Cage's story of getting powers in prison is always so God.
That is related to my next comment of, and this is a little hard because these are superhero Marvel characters, so damn near all of them coming through trauma, but I would rather not see another black hero that comes in through trauma.
Yeah, and through prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, you can't necessarily help it. A lot of these superheroes in general, that's just how they fucking come in.
Daredevil didn't go to prison. It's like,
right, but
a lot of them,
but not all of them went to prison, right? Like you said, and then they got experimented on. If I could get another black character that wasn't experimented on, potentially that would be cool.
Blue Marvel.
Right. But I think everyone has to remember that really those Netflix characters are in the MCU proper. It's just in a different it's just they ride in a parallel, okay? They ride in parallel to the mainstream, but they there.
Yeah, and Michael's also off doing that show Evil, which they say is popping, so I don't think he's, in any rush to get back.
Okay.
That CBS money will be long-term, lifelong money, folks. So, yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Get it, brother.
All right.
Man turned that into 10 seasons. He ain't never working again.
You're gonna be like Ice-T, right? Like on the same show
17 years of fucking SU. Ooh, them residual checks, boy. God.
Never have to work a day in your life, man.
Ever.
All right. The next question comes from M Just at Work, aka Blagatha. Okay, let me pronounce it again. Blagathalypse. Like Apocalypse and Blagoth.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's from.
But anyway, that just makes absolutely no sense, fam.
Blagathalypse now. The fact that I had such trouble saying it, maybe that is a clue that maybe that didn't work out.
I mean, how do those even relate? A bloggers and an apocalypse?
But that's not how you spell bloggers, so maybe they mean something else.
Wait, what do you mean?
Bloggers is spelled with the O. B-O-O.
I think they just missed it. Blacketh.
Okay. Listen, y'all, I don't know. I don't know what that referred to, so we're going to move on to the next AKA.
Yeah, I ain't going to butcher bloggers, folks. I didn't come up with that.
But I mean, that's another thing. Just like, we can point you to the text of the tweet. Ben Hameen, DJ Ben Hameen sitting here came up with that term, which was then used by the Lovecraft Country team and HBO and all that other stuff.
Misha Green gave me credit. Thank you very much.
Credit. So if you ever see that term floating around if Lovecraft comes back, thank Mr. Ben Hameen here. But anyway,
and that was on the show. I mean, you can go and listen to the Safe Negro Pod and hear it being created because I was like, Dark Shoggoth, no, Black Shoggoth, Blogoth. It all, it was live on air as I came up with that one.
All right. So we're gonna stop about the etymology of Blogoth.
Yeah.
But the rest of the AKAs are AKA Melodious Thunk. AKA
I feel like I'm supposed to get that, but I don't.
You probably supposed to get that. I don't.
Okay.
AKA Hex in the City. We all get that.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Oof.
Okay.
If you started with that and stopped there, maybe, but
yeah.
No. Okay, let's keep going.
The question goes, what's a book, play, comic, graphic novel you have always wanted to see on the big or small screen, but haven't yet?
Man, we get this question so much. And it's a good question, but at the same time, I just feel like pretty much anything that I finish reading, like if it's a book that I finish reading, I would love to see it on screen or something yet.
Yeah. Is there any games like you have any even like, you know how you be like there's no way they can do that, like when they change casual games into movies? Like I remember when they were talking about Angry Birds the movie, and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna make this like even fun, and they actually did.
It was good. I never saw it.
It was decent. It was the first one, and the second one was also pretty decent. And I was just like, okay, that's pretty cool. I think maybe some casual game where I'm like, there's no way they can make this work, and it actually works out. I
would love to see, even though I have not finished it, I've only gotten through the first boss and then I stopped playing, was Hades. I'd love to see, I would love to see something, because that game is so funny and so weird and so smart mouth. I don't know how you would do that as a, show. I think it would have to be a show because it would have to be a series, but I think that'd be, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah. And I wanted to go the game route because, like Benjamin said, we've answered this question a lot in different ways with different answers, but I thought we never really thought about the game angle. So, but what do you have there?
Oh, yes. This is one of my favorite books that I love showing off from time to time. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki and Rosemary Valero O'Connell. It's about a young queer girl. I guess she was identified as lesbian in high school. And it's about her relationship with Laura Dean, who keeps breaking up with her. And it's just
That's
one
heartbreaking.
I mean, I wish I'd had this book in high school. You know what I mean? Like, not only is it would have helped me out just understanding, like, relationships and people and gender and identity and all that stuff that I really didn't. I mean, obviously, when I was at school, it wasn't really talked about as much, and I didn't understand it all. But just dealing with people and relationships, I wish I'd had this because I went through that dealing with someone who was always breaking up with me for nothing, and I was the simp who was running back to them over and over again. And I just wish I'd had something like this. And a series or something like this, oh my God, I'd love it because the characters, everybody's so ill. It is such a great romance. And I think it works no matter, what gender, what you define yourself or identify yourself as. I think you can relate to these characters. Because as a straight black man, I talk about this goddamn book all the time.
You've talked about that before. And that's one I want to pick up as well. I love first of all, I love hardcovers. I love that.
Yeah, and the art is so ill. It's like, it's mainly black and white with like little hints of pink in it. But Rosemary Valero O'Connell is a monster, yo. This woman is so dope. Like,
wow.
Just incredible.
Nice. Yeah. It reminds me of like manga style, like shoujo style. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really, and it's just such a great love story. And man, it just broke my heart reading that book. And it was like, damn, that was me. I was so, reminded of myself.
So would you like to see that converted into
a
show or a movie?
I'd like to see like an animated series of that because I love to see her style of art done as anime.
Animation. Yeah. That'd be fine.
Like that's what I love about Invincible. Like you were saying this, we were talking about this when I didn't really get to say this. Like Ryan Ollie, like I said, is one of my favorite artists, and between him and Corey Walker, they've really gotten the look of Invincible onto the screen. Like it really feels like you're reading his art or both of their art combined in a way. And so that I'm just so impressed with. Like, I can't wait for every episode now because, just to see all the stuff that I've read for years now. It's like, so that's one of them, like, that's why I'm so hyped talking about Invincible, because if y'all are long-term listeners of the show, you can go back to probably the first time I ever did a comics I copped on here. And it was probably about Invincible. Invincible has just always been one of my favorite books. And then, there's another one right up there, The Wicked and the Divine, which we talk about all the time.
That's gotta be developed, yo.
Inside information I know is that Kieran Gillen has written a pilot script at least twice now for different, versions of the show, and it was being pitched, and it's probably being pitched as we speak. So,
ooh, good luck on that.
Hopefully soon, yeah. Good luck, Kieran, because God damn it, man.
Yeah. All right. The next question comes from Super Santi Yoga, aka Captain Puerto Rico, the first Airbender.
Okay.
Throwing a chancleta. AKA the Winter Cobra. AKA Sokovia Stimmy Wars. Okay. The last one was a little shaky, but
that's a lot.
Shaky, but
that's like where you need that bath gift around me. Like
speaking of chancletas, this reminds me of when I think it was the last time we were at Comic-Con. Yes, it was the last time we were at Comic-Con. There was a woman that was cosplaying as Captain Puerto Rico. And
word?
Yes. I mean, she was like a mother, right? So she had she was decked the fuck out. Like, it was a pretty elaborate costume. And she had the Puerto Rico flag chancleta in her hand. And she was telling me how that's her main weapon or whatever. And I was dying. Like, and in fact, she might even appear in one of our videos. We got to find it. We'll got to put it up there. But she was fire. So shout out to you, whoever you are. I hope somebody else saw her. And y'all know who I'm talking about. But she was fire. The question goes, if y'all could get another buddy cop style MCU series, such as like Falcon and Winter Soldier, with any other two MCU characters paired up, who would it be? Mine would be Spider-Man and Shuri.
I'd love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because they're two smart ass people. Like, I think that would be super cute. And they're both, well, at least if you doing a current iteration of MCU, they're both really young. So
yep.
I like that.
Drone and drone, baby. You know what time it is.
Look at the drone. What? Oh, God.
Scarlet Witch's drone, Red Wing, team
drone
up.
And drone.
Red Wing trying to free Scarlet Witch's drone from the clutches of swords so they can go on adventures together.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
It's going to be like WALL-E, right? Where there's
there
no words.
No words. It's just a love story between drones. Yep.
Yeah. I actually really like your idea, Super Santa Yoga. So
yeah,
I think we're going to take that one.
Oh, so I guess you ain't feeling drones?
Ben, please.
Give it up.
Please.
This is like me pitching in the writer's room, folks. This is how I was in the writer's room. Like I just keep coming back to terrible ideas until they work. You know what I mean? I will make your terrible idea work, folks. So I'm going to figure out a way to make Drone the series if Marvel won't.
Hilarious. Okay, Here's the last guac question. Sup, fam? This is pseudonym Slim, a.k.a. Spliff Star Lord. Okay, like Spliff Star Lord. Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah.
A.k.a. King DDD's nuts. You probably was trying to say.
Yeah, I think that
King DDD from Kirby.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Smash
pretty.
Brothers, the big penguin.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's pretty good then. King DDD's. Yeah, I like that.
He didn't say the nuts part. I did, but anyway, or they didn't. They are dropping by for a quick question. They write, when will video games get character creator customization right? I am so tired of only having my characters be bald, have locks, or rock cornrows. We need the ability to have characters with waves. I need my Dovahkiin to have crisp 360s while I fushroda bandits in a cave. And that's okay for your Skyrim people.
Oh, okay. I was so lost.
Fushroda. Maybe have you ever played Skyrim?
For like 5 minutes.
Okay, so you didn't play Skyrim. All right.
Yeah, no.
Unless you said I played Skyrim for 3 years and you never played Skyrim. All right.
That shit was weird to me. I couldn't get into the first person swinging
it was a moment.
It
was a moment for me for a little bit. But anyway.
Yeah.
What features would y'all want to see in character creators? Do you think any games have gotten it right so far? Be easy and keep bringing that heat. Side note, I can't get over how comfy my little Vizzy hoodie is. Shout out to y'all and the GOAT, Mr. Morris. Thank you, number one. Thank you for purchasing that little Vizzy Vert hoodie from our TeePublic page, TeePublic/stores/ForAllNerds. That's where that amazing design by Mr. Morris resides. And all of our incredible designs that you can get on t-shirts, hoodies, cups, masks, anything you can think of, you get it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I actually have the t-shirt as this Ben I mean.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what features do you want to see in character creators? Because I agree, even to this, which is so ridiculous, up through 2021, you still have games where they give you very limited sets of, or they call it ethnic or urban looks on the characters. And like you said, it's usually characters who, no offense to Ben, I mean, it's just only locks.
But it's only one. No, it's like
one style locks.
One style locks. Yeah.
One in style of locks. If it's a black guy, he want longer hair or a fro. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like you got to do better than that. Like at least give me some motherfucking braids. Like even the memojis on iPhone have more hair options than a lot of these games. And these are games that are on the PS5. So what do you mean? So, the features I want to see, games, doesn't Mass Effect let you get a little bit deep into and also before the game broke completely, Cyberpunk,
they said even that was kind of terrible though.
It's kind of, games like that at least give you a little bit more minute handling on your features, like your facial features. I enjoy, especially when you can change the nose shape. The nose shape is usually, and they do it because they're trying to simplify the options. But to me, that pisses me off because I always get like that typical straight European nose. Mm-hmm. Even if you make it smaller or bigger, it's still the same shape. And as Beyonce said, I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils. Like I would like the I don't know what shape my nose is, but that's what I would like. So, different hair types. Like I would like a girl. Like if I want a black girl with longer hair, I want braids. Not this strange like fro that don't move. It's strange, but I don't know.
I feel like sadly the best is still to me like the NBA joints. Because those at least give you several versions of dreads, and because they have so many players.
Damn near all the players are black.
Yeah, and because all the players are black and they have so many different hairstyles.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
Like they have to.
Yeah,
It's
they already
supposed to be
have so many
realistic.
hairstyles they have to cover. So they add all those. Every player has all these different hairstyles these days. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really like that. Like, oh, I need to get the new one.
Do
John Morant.
the 2K series, are they very customizable? Like even like WWE, like when you could customize your own.
Yeah, like
wrestler,
you can make your own character. Very customizable.
But better than like the bullshit you see
that's
out there.
one of my favorites. Like that's why I played 2K. Like because they like I can get dreads that look close to my own, or I can get dreads that don't look like my own. So yeah.
So there's some games, to answer your question, Star-Lord, there are some games that have gotten it right that we enjoy. And like you, we want to just see more options. It would be nice.
Yeah. No, it would be nice. I really loved even though it wasn't much options, I love Miles Morales in the new Spider-Man, because my man's fade was so clean. Like, the fact that they really gave him a clean ass fade like they did, I was really loving that.
Yeah. No, it looked good.
Look good.
We always say, there's no barbers in the Star Wars universe.
Nah,
but there
my
are
man
barbers
shit was tight
here in this universe. Yeah.
Shout out to whoever pointed out that Battlestar in the MCU's lineup.
Oh, his lineup. I feel like you can tell. Well, I don't want to say that because I like Finn, but sometimes you could tell how bad a black character going to be by how terrible his lineup is. So
Finn's lineup was terrible.
Finn's lineup was horrible,
Ooh.
but we love Finn, so whatever.
Yeah, but Battlestar's lineup. And the fact that they have not given Battlestar an emoji on Twitter is
that was hilarious.
Kind of disrespectful when I realized that. I was like, God damn, this man's lineup so terrible, you can't even get it.
But also, IMDb says he's only in one episode. If that's
what?
The truth, I don't know, but that's what IMDb says.
Damn, so that's all we've seen of Battlestar. That's it? Battlestar died on the way back to his home planet.
Like the Simpsons, like the dog on the Simpsons, bro. I'm gonna look it up right now, real quick, just to be 100% sure. Yep, it says one episode. It says one episode.
Wow, no way.
Take it with a grain of salt, because again,
we
always say Marvel lies, but right now on IMDb, as of this moment, it says one episode.
No way they kill Poochie off like that.
It's quiet for him right now. Didn't like him anyway. I'm talking about the character specifically, but didn't like him anyway. So.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Come on, I need to see one more arm bump.
I don't.
That shit was so hilarious and corny. Like, they practiced that shit. That's what I can tell you. They practiced that shit beforehand. That was not like, oh yeah, we just instinctively doing that. No, it's like when we drop into combat, we gonna hit these arm bumps.
That's on the lane of the Luke Cage dab. I'm good.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was intentionally terrible once again.
Right. But what was not intentionally terrible were these questions. These questions were amazing, and we appreciate all the questions you send in to us. That said, if you have a GWOT question that you want us to answer, it has to be really good. Definitely think on it and send it in. Definitely think on your AKAs if you dare put in the AKA, because Ben will talk about you.
Hey, it ain't just me. Look, don't act like you didn't.
I think I'm nicer than you at it. I just
Slightly.
like say it and keep it moving. You'd be like, yo, fam, and this is why in 1993, that's why you shouldn't have said that. Like, you'll be like giving them the history of why their name is bad. So
I mean, Soulja Slim, it's just weird to me when people use people who are passed away. That's weird.
Well,
but maybe they're a big fan. I don't know.
Right, they could be a big fan. So again, but anyway, and
then some of the other ones were just terrible for no good reason. No, like Jesus Christ.
Whether you have a really great AKA or maybe a mid AKA, it doesn't matter. Right. Just put it out there. We're all family here. Hit us up. Contact at ForAllNerds.com on the emails. If you want some more space, if you want some more privacy to give us your question, it could be about anything. By the way, it doesn't just have to be MCU or Geekdom related. You can even give us a chance to name your child or something like that. We will be all about it. Also, you can hit us up on the interwebs, on our socials at ForAllNerds. And of course, if you are a very special part of our Patreon fam, you get guaranteed GWOT questions. So patreon.com/ForAllNerds, as long as you are on a tier, don't matter which, but as long as you're on a tier, you get guaranteed GWOT questions at any time. So hit us up.
Mm-hmm. And, we all have terrible AKAs. Last week, I was trying to push Cosmic Cuba Gooding Jr., which is ass, Let me just keep it real. That's terrible.
I mean, I've had some corny ones, but I just don't say them on air.
Yeah, see, I went for it. I pushed that one on air. So, it happens.
Yeah, well. Something
else that happens, we've already discussed some comic books this week, but it's time for the return of Comic Side Count. Comics Eye Cop, that's Comics Eye COPPED, where we talk about all the different comic books that we are copping, that we are buying, that we are reading, that we are trading, that we are collecting. It doesn't matter. Use that hashtag on Twitter, on the Instagrams, on Facebook. It don't matter on any social media, TikTok even. Comics Eye Copped. You know what I mean? Use it.
Especially
Explore
TikTok. Give us a presence on TikTok. We definitely.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially I'll be on TikTok all night long, to be honest with you.
Well, it's time for ForAllNerds to be on there then, because I've been thinking about it. I just try to get into that format and do some experimentation. Made some videos. I want to make some videos for some of my action figures I got back here, actually.
Just join in all the memes and you be good.
Yep. So anyway, Comics I Cop, where we talk about all the different comics that we've been copping or reading or buying. Like I said, this great book right here, Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. I also want to give a shout out, even though I have it digital, I don't have it physical. This book, Alienated, by Simon Spurrier and Chris Wildgoose. I picked this up on a whim on digital a few weeks back. It's from Boom Studios, which on the low is one of my favorite independent studios. They always have a lot of dope content. And Alienated is about 3 kids. Is it 3 or 4? 3 or 4 kids all named Sam. One's Samir, one's Samantha, and one is Sam. 3 kids.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. And they all go to this high school together. They don't know each other right at the beginning of the story. And they find an alien together. And it goes from there. And when I say it goes, it goes. The art is what really drew me into it. It's really dope art. But the characterization between the 3 Sams and their whole lives, and the way the book reveals more things about them from their past that you see in the beginning, it's just very well plotted, very well structured. I always love to see stuff like that where it's like the writer clearly knew where they were going with this and developed these characters so well, where they had rich backstories and you can really feel each of them. And it is a dope ass book, yo. Like, it's I want to say it's like 5 or 6 issues long. It's not, it's one series. It's, pretty quick read, but it is tough too, like, because horrible and deep shit happens all throughout this book. It ends on a semi-bright note, I would say, but it's definitely a rough read. Like, I was really like, it took me a while to read each issue because it's like, damn, because you fall in love with these characters and then this, darkness starts following them everywhere they go.
Darkness.
Darkness. But, definitely a very dope book from an independent studio that I really like. Alienated by Simon Spurrier and Chris Wildgoose. Check that out. Boom Studios.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it for the ForAllNerds show this week. Want to definitely warn everybody, by the time you hear this, it's probably going to be April 1st, April Fool's Day. Be careful, as you always should be, but be careful out there on the internet because niggas be lying. Just watch yourself. Take care of each other, and we love you.
I feel like they're going to be pretty easy this year, though, because just like last year, people are just like...
I feel like they have no business doing it after the year we've had. Like, can we get a break? No more.
I don't feel like April Fool's Day is going to come back for a while, folks. Like, I think that one's trying to, like,
I don't need April Fool's to bust. It don't bust like it used to. So.
Yeah. Deuces to that.